been fun and games here this morning. I just need to make some changes. I've bringing you on, and it was not bringing you on right. So I've got you now. You'll be seeing me like from there, but I'll be probably looking at this screen. And anyway, we'll sort it out. So how are you doing?
Yeah, not bad. I'm alright. Bit of a stressful one this morning. Obviously not being in my own house where I know like where things work. Again.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd prefer, my little setup, but
well,
it is what it is.
It is, and we can always do that. We could always do that again. That's not if anything goes awry, we can always regroup and do it again, can't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can always redo it. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show, because I know you're only on you're only on 3G, so it might be a bit. It could be.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm stuck in work.
Yeah, bless you. So anyway, if not, I think what we'll do another video and we'll get that out there. But at least we'll crack on with this. So for everybody out there, tell everybody who you are, why you're on the show.
Well, I'm on the show to talk with the Circle, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is a reality TV show on Channel 4.
Yeah.
And I was on the first series, I think it was 2 years ago now, which has absolutely flown. But since my series, there's been a second series. They've done one in Brazil. It's just come out on Netflix, the American version.
Yeah.
And they've also got a celebrity version coming out soon for Stand Up to Cancer, which is going to be really good, I think.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one.
Excellent. So, I mean, I've watched a bit of that show, and it's for the benefit of everyone out there. It's a reality TV show, and you're all basically in an apartment block, aren't you? Well, that's what it looks like. So, yeah.
Yes, apartment block, but you never actually meet another person. So you're always just stuck in your own room, and it's like it's a social media experiment, really, and it's like, are you who you say you are online? So all you see is a profile, because I didn't go on as myself, so obviously I would say profile, and then it's just basically seeing like who's real and who's not.
Yeah, because you was on playing you was pretending to be a man, weren't you, on it?
Yeah, I used my my own granddad's photos.
Right.
So I was be a 65-year-old antique dealer.
Yeah.
And it was so hard. Oh my God. I think I really screwed myself over with that one.
Yeah, because there was one bit on it where you're talking about a band, a girl band, which really only a teenager or someone younger would know, and they're going, How the hell does he know this? How does he know about these? What's going on here? And it's interesting.
Like, you just don't think, because when you're in there, you just get so caught up in the moment, because it was a game, and I was getting so excited, and I was like, because the person that I was talking to, I thought was a teenage girl, but that was actually a boy as well. So, like, we were both catfishing each other.
Ah.
So I was like, how would you not know who they are? They're like, like on top of the charts at the minute. And then obviously it was because he was a catfish as well.
Right. So it's quite an interesting. It's quite an interesting concept, really, because that's what happens, doesn't it? We don't know. There's a couple of things, isn't there? We don't know who we're actually talking to. There's a lot of people you can put fake profile up, but even if you put your right profile up, the online persona might not be the reality of the person in real life. You know what I mean? Whoever you see online is not necessarily who you see who that person is it?
Literally, you can go on and be and say and do what you want, really. So yeah, you're right. You can just say whatever.
Yeah.
Because I had all these antiques and been to all these antique fairs, and I've been to one in my life. So literally, you can just make up whatever.
So I mean, I've seen some comments, and I think some comments from you where obviously because you're in that it's a bit like Big Brother or any of the other reality TV. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to have access to the outside world because you can obviously see what's going on. So what do you do with your time? Because you've not got access to anything, have you?
No, oh my gosh, it's so boring, not gonna lie. Actually, it's funny because when we did it 2 years ago, it was like the first of its kind where like no one's allowed to leave. And now if you think of it, that's sort of like everyone's life now, because no one's allowed to go anywhere or do anything.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're right.
Everyone's like, what's it like to be on the circle? And I'm like, well,
you're on it.
But you're not allowed no phone, no TV. Like you're not allowed to do anything. So just literally just sit in your living room and don't do anything, and then you'll feel like you're on the show. So
yeah,
literally, I did read. I read a book,
right.
but one time I was actually reading like a horror, and it was, you know, when you get right into a book,
Yeah.
and then so obviously, like you say, you have no concept of time. You're not allowed to know the time when you're in there. So I'm just reading it, and I think it was late at night because it was like dark outside. And then somebody spoke to me because like something was happening, and oh my God, when I tell you, I literally jumped out of my skin. Because you just get like in your own world, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. So, because when you watch the show, for people that don't know, you're actually it's as if you're texting someone or as if you're sending a message. Yeah, you set text message, but you're not physically doing that, are you? You know, you speak, you don't you? You go, you know, how you doing today? Funny emoji, laugh emoji,
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. So, because when I saw that, and I thought, hey, that's interesting. How that's working? That's not being voice activated, is it? To break the illusion.
I don't know what I meant to say, but oh well.
Oh, you don't. Yeah, if you because obviously you'll have had to sign to say that you what I'm doing. Don't give too much away.
It's just basically you get like you're typing it, and then obviously somebody types it for you. Basically, from the gallery, I'm guessing.
Right. Okay.
Funny because one of my guys, I think he was French. He was like doing work experience here, and he told me afterwards. He was like, because obviously I'm Welsh, and when I get excited, I speak quite quickly, and I speak quite strongly. He was like, oh, keeping up with you sometimes was so hard. It's like some of the things I'm saying.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, I'm gonna have to get someone to put some subtitles on this because they're not going to understand the word you're saying, really, are they? Do you know what I mean? But you've all watched Gavin and Stacey, haven't you? So you should be into it by now, really. Hey, and for people in Radio Land, it's good for radio this, but I put my shirt and tie on today because you're a celebrity, darling, aren't you? Celebrity. Do you like that? I think have we lost you? Yeah, shirt and tie, and look, it's hello, yeah, you're there. And shirt and tie on, but my tie's straight and everything. So I thought I'd look the part for you this morning.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I wore this once to a networking thing there's a big conference on in Manchester, and this is how I used to go networking to stand out, you know, because that's what I wanted to do. So I was in the lift, and this lady, all dressed up, she had a proper, like as if she was going out for the day, you know what I mean, evening dress and everything. She went, you're going to stand out a bit dressed like that, aren't you? I said, well, that's the general idea, love. That's the idea. I want to stand out. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm wearing it. Don't you think I am?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I love it.
Right, so I think we'll play a track for people out there in Radio Land, and then we'll come right back and we'll ask you some more questions. What you've been doing since, you know, we need to understand what you've been doing since that, and what you're doing in the future, etc., etc. So I'm going to bang a track, the 90s track on, hopefully, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So we've got a bit of a thing on at the minute because we should be getting E17 on, and I was playing Take That until he come on the show. So I've got some 90s track from Take That and some 90s track from E17. So we're going to play one of them now, and we'll be right back. And it's great to have you on the show. So we've got Sinead Edwards on off the circle, and we'll be right back.